Good morning student, I'm Rose. Today we are going to learn a new chapter, that is standard 7, Geography, chapter 4, and chapter name is Atmosphere. Okay, so in this chapter we are going to learn about the atmosphere. So in the standard 6 we have learned some of the atmosphere, what is atmosphere, how it is, what is the importance of atmosphere in our daily life. Yes or no? As we know, the earth is the unique planet. Yes or no? And it is the only planet where the life exists or where the life is being survived. Yes or no? For this purpose, for the survival of the life, we can say for the living being to survive on the earth, they need different components of various things for the survival or for the living. Yes or no? For example, we can say what are the components we have learned already in standard 6. That is the various components of various layers, or we can say various reliefs we have learned in the standard 6. That is the atmosphere, hydrosphere, lithosphere, and some that means together. These three makes the biosphere. Yes or no? So these are things we have learned in the standard 6. So today we are going to learn in this chapter what we are going to actually discuss in this chapter. What are the important points which we are going to discuss in this chapter is that composition of atmosphere, structure of the atmosphere, and importance of the atmosphere. So these are the important topics that we are going to discuss in this chapter. Okay. So as I have introduced that we can say this is this earth, or we can say this life which is being exist or which is being survived on the earth's surface is due to the three important or four important things. That is, the sunlight is very necessary for the survival of life. Then we have the atmosphere, that means air. Then hydrosphere, that is water, and the lithosphere, that is the land. Okay, so these are the three important realms of the earth that is necessary for the survival of life. Okay, so if we talk about what is atmosphere, this word came from the Greek word that is called the atmos. It comes from a Latin word that is called the atmos, which means the air. Okay, that means the air. So the layers of air which surround the earth's surface. Okay, this is the earth. We can say it has the layer of air. That means it is surrounded by a air. One layer of that means in Hindi we call the parat. Yes or no? So this layers of air surround the earth's surface. Okay, that due to that we can breathe or we can live or we can breathe the fresh air. Okay, so that is so this layer of air that surround the earth's surface is called the atmosphere. That is called the atmosphere. And this is, if we talk about how it is exists and how it is being attached to that, it is due to the gravitational force which attract the air towards the earth's surface. So gravitational force, if you talk about, it is kind of a force which, or we can say magnetic force, which attract or hold, or we can say hold the things towards it. Okay, so this earth has one type of a gravity or one type of a force which attract all kinds of things towards us. That is why we cannot fall. Yes or no? So these layers is being held by the gravitational force of the earth's surface. Okay, so if you talk about the composition of the atmosphere, composition means composition. If you talk about, we can say mix of gases, or how the atmosphere is made up of. Okay, actually this atmosphere is made up of various gases. That means mixed of gases, various gases. And in this chapter, in this topic, we are going to learn some of the important gases which is necessary for the survival of life. Okay, so what are the major gases? What are the important gases that we are going to learn is the nitrogen, carbon dioxide, oxygen, ozone, and the dust and particles. Okay, so these are the important major gases which we are going to learn in this chapter. Okay, so if you talk about, here you can see one picture. Okay, yes, you can see here one picture is given. In that it is we mentioned some of the major gases. Okay, so this gas is being distributed. How much quantity of air is present on the atmosphere? Okay, you can see the major components or major gases which is present on the atmosphere is the nitrogen. That means it is 78.0% of nitrogen gases is present on the atmosphere. That means highest amount of highest quantity of this nitrogen gases is present, and it is we can say it is necessary for the both plants and animals, because we can say, and if you talk about the animals, this nitrogen is being taken indirectly by the humans, or we can say different animals. Why? Because this is because we directly we cannot survive, or we can say we cannot take it. Okay, it can affect various things. Okay, due to that we take the nitrogen indirectly, both plants and animals. Okay, so how does we take this? We can say in biology you can learn about how the nitrogen is being converted into nitrate, and how we eat when we consume it indirectly. It in the form of a protein. We consume this nitrogen in the form of a protein. Okay, so actually this is colorless, it is tasteless. Okay, so this is how what we call, this is what the percentage of the major gases of the nitrogen gases is more than the different gases. Okay, next we are going to learn is the major gases is the oxygen. You can see here oxygen. Yes, so this blue color. You can see this blue color. This is the oxygen, and its percentage of the quantity of the atmosphere is 20.94%. 20.94% is only oxygen, and this is also called the life gas. Why it is called the life gas? Because without oxygen we cannot live. The human beings, all the animals need the oxygen for breathing, and this oxygen is also helpful for the combustion. That means burning purpose, burning of different things. Okay, so that is why it is also called the life gas, and we can say it is little lighter than the nitrogen. It is little lighter than the carbon dioxide and heavier than the nitrogen. Next it is called the carbon dioxide. You can see the concentration of the carbon dioxide in the atmosphere is 0.03%. Only 0.03%. The concentration of the carbon dioxide is only 0.03%, and it is heaviest gases in the atmosphere. It is the heaviest gases in the atmosphere, and we can say it is very essential for the plants. It is very essential for the plants, because this carbon dioxide helps the plant to make their own food. Okay, during the photosynthesis, during the process of photosynthesis. So that is why it is very essential for the plants. Okay, so again what is the importance of carbon dioxide is that it varies from place to place. It varies from place to place. Okay, for example, if the concentration of the carbon dioxide is less in here in this place, maybe in different places it is little higher. Okay, so if the concentration of the carbon dioxide is much more than the 0.3%, then what happens? It increases the temperature of the earth's surface. It increases the temperature of the earth's surface, and due to that what happens? It happens the global warming. It happens the global warming. Okay, so if the concentration of the carbon dioxide increases in different places due to pollution, due to what happened? This increases the temperature of the atmosphere, and it causes the global warming. That means the melting of the snow. So it will cause various hazardous things on the earth's surface. Okay, so if we talk about this, and this, what is the another important and the positive effect is that it keeps the earth warm. It keeps the earth warm. That is why the survival of the life is very that is why we can survive on the earth's surface. Okay, another we are going to learn air above the land, what happened? It rises up. It rises up. It rises up above, and what happened? This moisture content air, what happened? It replaces the hot air, and here what happens? Automatically the rainfall happens. So this is how the process of hydrological cycle happens. Okay. So what happened? This increase the weight or mass of the atmosphere. Okay. So that is why it is called the hygroscopic nuclei. Hygroscopic nuclei. Because what happened? It during the condensation, or sorry, during the hydrological cycle, what happened? Due to this dust particles or the water vapor, what happened? It forms the droplet. It is being concentrated, or we can say it becomes frozen part of it becomes so much thick on the dust particle. Due to that, what happens? It comes down in the form of a water droplets. Okay, so this is why it is called the hygroscopic nuclei. Okay, so and if you talk about the concentration of other gases, you can see I have told you the distribution of the carbon dioxide. You can see different gases. Nitrogen is 78.0%, carbon dioxide is 0.3%, argon is 0.93%, then oxygen is 20.94%, and other gases is only particle 0.2%. That means ozone and dust particles comes under the other gases. Okay, so these are the components of the atmosphere. Next, we are going to learn about the structure of atmosphere. Next, we are going to learn about the structure of atmosphere. And as we know that this, you can see the layers of atmosphere. You can see how I have arranged. You can see, the layers of atmosphere. You are learning from the junior section. Okay, so you can see how much the heavy the gases are. All the gases will be down, and all the light gases will be on the top. Okay, so it is arranged according to the mass of the atmosphere, or mass of the air, or we can say weight of the air. So we can say that all the heavy gases are present on the troposphere, because the troposphere is just above, or we can say just above the earth's surface. So that means we can say that this troposphere contains all the heavy gases like oxygen, carbon dioxide, argon, nitrogen, oxygen. Okay, so these are the heavy gases which are present on the troposphere, and it is very important for the survival of life. Okay, so these all gases are present on the troposphere, and this troposphere extends from Earth's surface is only 13 kilometer, and we can say it contains lot of moisture. The air which is present on the troposphere contains lot of moisture on the air, and it also contains an ozone layer. And this ozone layer, what is the function of ozone layer? You have already learned maybe. So the function of ozone layer is to protect us from the harmful rays of the sun. Okay, so all the heavy gases which are present on the troposphere are always helpful for the survival of life. Okay, so next layer is the stratosphere. Just above the troposphere is the stratosphere, and this stratosphere, what we call it is up to 50 kilometer. It is up to 50 kilometer. Sorry, extend up to 50 to 20 kilometer, up to 50 kilometer, and we can say it is the layer where the aeroplane flies. Because there is a absence of cloud, and we can say other weather conditions. Due to that, aeroplane can easily fly through the stratosphere. Okay, next we are going to learn about the mesosphere. And it is 80 kilometer. It is 80 kilometer above the Earth's surface, and we can say in this, what are the importance of the mesosphere is that in this the meteoroids or the other space material enter into the mesosphere, and we can see the, like we say, meteoroids like comets, then you have the meteoroids, then asteroids sometimes it enters. So you can see the burning. Okay, so what happened here in this area, in the mesosphere, this burn the meteoroids which enters on the atmosphere. Next is the ionosphere. Or we can say thermosphere. Okay, so this thermosphere is also called the ionosphere, and it is useful for the satellites or different space ships which are being present on the ionosphere. thermosphere. Okay, so what happened here? The radio waves is being transmitted. So what is radio waves? Okay, so this radio waves is useful for the communication purpose, or we can say transportation purpose, or we can say transfer of messages, communication, telegrams. We use different kinds of electric gadgets, yes or no? Computer, mobiles. Then we have there are various things which is used on the earth's surface, and these waves help us to communicate, or we can say transmission on the earth's surface. It helps in the transmission of different messages or different things due to on the earth's surface. Okay, so this is how. So it produces two signals. It produces two signals on the atmosphere at night. Okay, one it produces on the south, which is called the aurora australis, and which is produces on the north is called aurora borealis. Okay, so these are the two important radio waves, or we can say lights, which is being emitted by the radio waves, or the electric charge. Okay, so in the north, which is the light which is being shown is called the what we call aurora borealis, and in the south, which is produced at night, is called the aurora australis. Okay, so these are the important waves. Now if you talk about the exosphere, exosphere is the layer which is merged into the universe, universe, and it is up to 750 kilometer, and its temperature is 1600 degree centigrade. Okay, so this merge into the atmosphere. It is the last layer of the atmosphere. Now we are going to learn about the importance of atmosphere. So if you talk about the importance of atmosphere, it is very helpful in various purposes. For example, it protects us from the harmful rays, ultraviolet rays. Next important is that it gives us air to breathe. Another is that it gives us the act as a greenhouse effect, or we can say greenhouse by keeping the earth warm. Yes, so it keeps this air atmosphere help us to keep the earth warm. Another is that it provides us rain and weather conditions, and another is that it protects us from the various other important space things which comes inside the earth atmosphere. Okay, so these are the importance of atmosphere. So I hope that you can go through the chapters and do all the exercise question answers which is given on the book. Thank you for now.